Oh, man, I'm telling you guys, I am following this thing closely. Pretty much all we post is nothing but basketball, but I have been following this Skip and Shannon Undisputed thing for quite some time. I've been teasing to you guys for like a year now that I smelled a little blood in the water. I knew something was brewing here coming out of that pandemic. It ain't been the same between them two, and obviously it felt like it reached its boiling point in the last couple days, with Shannon Sharpe opting not to come to work after Skip Bayless's tweets following DeMar Hamlin's literally disgusting, ugly to see the tackle that ended up he nearly lost his life. Literally on the ground, lifeless, had to be given CPR. He's in the hospital, recovering right now. So prayers to DeMar and his family. But Skip Bayless got on his social media accounts and pretty much is like, yo, are we going to finish this game or not? I'm summarizing, but that's how a lot of people took that tweet. Whatever his intent was, that's how that tweet was received to a lot of people. At the end of the day, it's Twitter. You have the right to say and not say things, right? Probably a lot of times more important that you don't say stuff. But first off, what I want to do is play a clip from a former employee over there at FS1, Marcellus Wiley. He gave his opinion on his Instagram account of what he thinks. And I believe, by the way, word for word, I stand by word for word with Marcellus, his contract expired earlier in the year in 2022. This is what he thinks about the Skip and Shannon situation, as Shannon opted to not come in to work this week over Skip's tweets.
You hate to see it. Skip and Shannon breaking up on live TV every single day. When your partner can't get through his monologue, it's all bad. Reminds me of a Wileyism that in any relationship that ends, you spend half the time breaking up. And what we're witnessing right now on live TV is them breaking up. You can tell they don't even speak outside the building, outside the show. Want to know how I know? We all saw it. Felt like an ambush to Skip. Well, we weren't supposed to talk about that. I didn't see that in the notes. We didn't discuss this. You don't know what the boss said. Man, stop playing with me. Yeah, this is not about a tweet. This is not about Brady being better than Shannon. It's not even about none of that. None of them arguments. You know what this is? This is primal. Yep. This is two alphas fighting for territory. This is about power. Because that dynamic of power on that show has shifted, whether it's real or imagined. And right now, we're all seeing that battle for it. Let's see who comes out undisputed.
Agree with every word Marcellus just said. And by the way, congratulations to Marcellus. I heard that he just invested into Brinks TV, by the way, a sports and entertainment platform. So congratulations to Marcellus. I'm wishing you, brother, nothing but the best in your future. So everything Marcellus said, I have been you've heard it before from me on this platform over the last calendar year. It's true. I've been telling y'all this for a while. It all started in that pandemic. And I'm going to tell y'all what I believe to have started all of this. When the pandemic happened, obviously everybody was homebound, included Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharpe. And what that pretty much led to was no moderator. Everybody was work from home. I think Jenny was doing it for a while, and she ended up getting pregnant, and now they've had different people in. The problem with them working from home is everything was remote. So you had Skip in one setting, Shannon in one setting, and then the person that was supposed to be moderating them in another setting, but you really can't stop them. Then Skip and Shannon go in studio, right? And the moderator stays remote. So it's just Skip and Shannon in studio, and you got a quote-unquote moderator that's supposed to be swinging them from topic to topic, but also stopping them, knowing when somebody else has talked for enough time. And the producer's supposed to be in the moderators here. There's supposed to be a control of that, right? There's supposed to be hierarchy to that. It's supposed to be 3 minutes for Skip, 3 minutes for Shannon. It's supposed to, be balanced out. They never bring the moderator back in studio. So over time, you see Shannon Sharpe start to cut Skip Bayless out more and more. I promise you, I've been telling y'all this for over a year. Shannon Sharpe usually talks first. He go for about the first 3 to 4 minutes of a segment. Then Skip would supposed to get his 3 to 4 minutes. But right around the first minute, Shannon would often cut him off. And then the first thing I would tell y'all is Skip Bayless is not getting the time that he wants. He's a very childish person. And Shannon Sharpe is also a very childish person because when Skip would cut Shannon off, he couldn't take it. It's so childish to me. These are two grown men that should be bigger than that. Well, in the midst of that power dynamic changing, again, no moderator in studio to stop them, right? Like the moderator, when they get to going, pretty much what they have did with FS1 and Undisputed is let them go, and at the end of a segment, they'll get a swing from the moderator, which really ain't moderating the topic and the debate anymore, right? In the midst of that going on, right, that disrespect probably felt from one side to the next. Shannon Sharpe's brand has been taken off. That brother's brand over the last 2 to 3 years, he's become your favorite uncle at your family cookout. That's what he is. Not to mention this dude was one of the greatest football players at the tight end position we've ever seen. So things are happening now. Shannon's brand is taking off. He's really good, him and his team, at social media. He's got the Club Shay Shay podcast going on as well. His brand is taking off. For the first time in a long time, Skip Bayless is not an equal to somebody. He was an equal to Stephen A., if not more important than Stephen A., oftentimes during their First Take era. Right now, Shannon Sharpe is swinging. That's what kind of you heard Marcellus say. He's swinging that pendulum to he's more important now. And that's an interesting space. Skip Bayless is starting to develop turn off TV energy. That's what you don't want. You want people to be passionate about it, about what you got to say, engage with what you got to say. You don't want them to turn the TV off, though, to the point where they think you're so ridiculous, they're turning their TV off. They don't want to watch you. Look, Skip's doing this childish thing now when Shannon talks, when he's doing, like cutting him off now. Now he's trying to reciprocate the energy to Shannon, and it just comes across as childish. They're both entirely too grown to do childish stuff on the air, which they both do it to each other, by the way. It ain't just one-sided. And then do you get the big explosion this week with Shannon Sharpe not showing up to work? That's a big thing, y'all. Like, he just left Skip out to dry by himself. They know the dynamics of that show. Shannon knew that nobody was going to come in most likely and be his replacement that day. He knew Skip would have to rock solo. I'm very interested in this one. I'm not going to lie to you guys. For a lot of reasons, I'm very interested in this one. This is a huge debate show. Like, this is they get a lot of engagement, a lot of impressions, a lot of fake YouTube channels post their content online. And I bring that up for a reason, because they do the numbers on their channel, right? The Undisputed official channel. But this thing between them, they do so many millions upon millions of views in fake channels a day. It's a big deal. Skip Bayless has been running that FS1 network since he got there. He was the thing that really shifted everything. I know when you look at the ratings, ESPN's First Take or whatever's in that time slot still technically does bigger ratings than Undisputed. But that's because live programming happens on ESPN the day before and obviously a few hours later. So it's going to always be tough to beat ESPN. But the thing that's been more important in the culture over the last couple years, really since they got together, has been Undisputed. I would say Stephen A. is still the biggest brand of the three. But then obviously 2 and 3 are Skip and Shannon in that media personality of sports realm. And right now their show is a lot more compelling day to day than First Take is over at ESPN. I'm very interested in this one because these guys know that at the end of the day right now, they can probably make the most money with each other. Until it becomes a point where they can make more money elsewhere than with each other, they might just duke it out on TV, even though it feels like these two people, like you heard Marcellus say, y'all don't even know each other. When you get up there and you start saying, I was under the impression that we weren't going to talk about this, which is what happened on on Undisputed the day after Shannon Sharpe no-showed the program. The day after Skip and Shannon, they get back together for the next day, and Skip cut Shannon off in his opening. He called it a monologue. He couldn't even get that out without Skip cutting him off, saying, hey, I thought we weren't going to talk about that. We weren't going to bring that tweet up. Now you know, okay, y'all not talking outside of work. This is just a job to y'all. I guarantee you, I know this for a fact because Stephen A. Smith told me this personally, Skip and Stephen A had conversations outside of work. They're friends. This is not a friendship between Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharpe at this point. This is just business. Now, a lot of people don't like each other. You might not like everybody at your job. I might not like everybody at my job. Business is business. Be clear about that. But the way sports debate television works, I do think it's better when there's some type of relationship off the camera. Now, I don't need you to talk about topics when you're on the phone, practice debates, none of that stuff. No. Keep it organic. But when it's to the point where it feels like these two entities are now just like people with teams, like you got your team, I got my team, you got your producer, I got my producer, that's a little too separate. Y'all taking this Undisputed thing a little too serious. Y'all not getting in the ring to box. That'd be a bad idea for Skip, and he's in phenomenal shape. Shannon's different. All right? Again, I think this is one of the most interesting things to follow in 2023. And to be honest with y'all, I find it hard to believe that they will make the year out together. I don't believe they finish 2023 together. I don't. I think they'll run through this NFL season. It's good money talking football. The Dallas Cowboys, my Dallas Cowboys are relevant. Skip Bayless is relevant if the Cowboys are relevant. I think they'll go through the NBA playoffs. We'll see who's relevant there. It doesn't look like the Lakers will be relevant for Shannon. We'll see who's relevant there. And I think after the NBA playoffs, there's a good chance these two break up. I don't know anybody's contract situation off the top of my head. I think somebody might jump, and it probably would be Shannon. Man, I'm telling y'all, man, Shannon reads tweets. That's not good. I saw him like a tweet that said the day that he missed Undisputed, somebody said, yo, this ain't the same without you. And he liked that tweet. He's sending sublims out now. I think this stuff is impacting him. I think some things that have happened over the last calendar year, including Deion Sanders, him taking that job, that being a friend of Shannon's from what I remember. And, Shannon giving comments about HBCUs. I think some of this stuff is hurting him, how he's being perceived by the black community. I think some of this stuff is hurting him. And I am definitely following what happens with Skip and Shannon over the next couple of months here and in the next calendar year closely. All right, we're going to do a couple more videos about this one. Stephen A had an opinion on it, and Matt Barnes did as well. We'll post it in the upcoming days. Let me know what you think about the relationship of Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharpe. It does not seem to be the most pleasant it has ever been right now. But hey, I'm sure the money is unpleasant relationships are a lot more digestible when you're getting other things out of it, including financial gains. All right. Let me know what y'all think about this one in the comment section below. I'm out.